Okay, I have never played The Hobbit before. I don't know anything about this game. I guess it came out for GameCube in 2003, so after the Peter Jackson movies, the Lord of the Rings movies, not The Hobbit. I know a lot about the Hobbit book. I've read it probably like 10 times. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with this. I did notice this game has a subtitle that's like the prelude to the Lord of the Rings. It's like, okay. Game audio might be a tad quiet, but I'll wait till it starts to see. Let me know if it ends up being too loud. I am emulating this on GameCube, so we might have some jank resulting from that. It looked like I checked the compatibility page. It said it should be mostly compatible. Yeah, it seems like a difficult IP to make a video game out of, so I'm interested to see where they go with it.
A hobbit with no idea of the adventures about to befall him, or their consequences.
My precious. It must know the way out!
Out of the frying pan into the fire. Hey, it's Bard. They should do a book accurate Battle of Five Armies. You just walk up to that and get immediately knocked out. Okay, that's Sierra. That's interesting. Seems fine. In a hole in the ground. There lived a hobbit.
In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit.
Who writes this shit?
Bilbo Baggins was a respected hobbit. He lived a comfortable life and never had any adventures. So Bilbo was rather surprised when Gandalf the wizard invited him on a great adventure.
That's fair.
He politely declined. But not before accidentally inviting Gandalf to tea. The next day, Gandalf arrived with 13 hungry dwarves. They ate everything Bilbo had to offer, then sang sad songs and listened to their king, Thorin Oakenshield.
Starting at the unexpected party, okay. Whoa, graphics.
At dawn, we begin the quest of Lonely Mountain. We will win back our ancient kingdom under the
Yeah, exactly.
reclaim our treasure, and have revenge on the cursed dragon Smaug.
King Thorin.
Jolkin, Rolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien.
Steal into Lonely Mountain. Here he is, Bilbo Baggins.
Huh? Oh.
Excitable little fellow, but fierce as a dragon in a pinch.
Dream World. Okay, great. Book accurate tutorial zone.
Where am I? Goblins attacking men and elves. What's this?
Sting.
Well, Baggins, you've dreamt your way into this. You'll have to dream your way out.
Okay. Trying different buttons here. B is attack. That's fire. Oh, you could like annihilate these orcs. It is a dream, I suppose. Yeah, this is a funny challenge. It's both this and Lord of the Rings actually are kind of tough properties to adapt. And there's a lot of like stuff happens in both, right? You could make, if you're gonna make a game out of Lord of the Rings, you basically make a game that's like entirely Helm's Deep, right? Like Helm's Deep for one whole game. I did like that Final Fantasy X clone game that was Lord of the Rings themed. I'd love to play that on stream at some point. Yeah, I can throw rocks. That's cool. There's a Z target button, yes. I think that means I'm okay. Wake up, look for an exit, fight the goblins. Okay. Antidote potion, waters of vigor. Throw rocks to deal maximum damage to enemies from afar. Spell key, rock bag, courage points. Okay, that's cute.
Get them, you filthy rat bags! Tear them apart!
Ah! It was just a dream. Just a dream. But what an adventure!
Despite his fear, something awoke within Bilbo. He wanted to visit distant lands, explore caves, and carry a sword instead of a walking stick. To his own astonishment, Bilbo agreed to go.
Hey, unexpected party. I like The Hobbit a lot. I'm really sad that they canceled the Guillermo del Toro like dark fantasy version of it. That would have been so cool. I was thinking about this recently after watching the Villeneuve Dune and then the David Lynch Dune and then the Jodorowsky Dune documentary. I'll talk about it when there's no dialogue.
I'll show him if I have to walk to the east of East and fight the wild wereworms in the last desert.
Wereworms in the last desert?
You'll just have to walk to the Green Dragon Inn. The dwarves are waiting.
But
no time for
I love that they did the
and
dream
no
as like,
time
we
to chat.
promise there's going to be
Just fetch your
gameplay in
walking
this.
stick. Who knows
Peak
where you will end up today?
early mid-aughts game paranoia. I like the little ladybugs here. Well, that would have been really helpful during the dream. I guess they added the dream in after the fact, huh?
Bungo and Belladonna Baggins. A hobbit couldn't ask for finer parents.
It's pretty good. But the Jodorowsky documentary made me think about how there is this period in the when you get courage meters full, you get a new unit of health. Okay. There's this period in like the 60s and the 70s where like film was really experimental, and there is this idea of, hey, we want to like find something to serve as inspiration for a film, but it's literally just going to be inspiration, right? Like it's not going to be a direct adaptation where we might not even read the book.
I need to go meet the dwarves at the
We might
Green
just have someone who's
Dragon
read the
Inn.
book tell us some of the broad strokes of it, and then just do something super crazy with it. So like if you've watched the
Good old Uncle Bingo.
Dan Olson video about the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings and some of the like ideas for the Lord of the Rings adaptation, it's the same thing as the Jodorowsky Dune, right? Where it's like not at all a faithful adaptation of the
What's this?
book. It's just a very
My
crazy
pocket has
thing that
sprouted a
feels
hole.
roughly
Oh,
inspired by
My
it.
silver pennies must be scattered all over Hobbiton.
Gotta find my silver pennies. But anyway, what made me sad coming out of it was this feeling that, like, that can never happen. Like, again, there's never going to be an opportunity to make a really weird adaptation of a famous, like, literary work and just completely throw accuracy to the wind. Like, audiences wouldn't tolerate it, studios wouldn't tolerate it, right? It's like you can make small adaptive changes and then people will bitch about it, but you have to be, there has to be
I was thinking
relatively
about
high
Bull
fidelity.
Roarer 2. You know all about Bull Roarer 2, don't you?
Of course. He's my great.
He was quite an adventurous hobbit. Won the Battle of the Greenfields, he did. Knocked the Goblin King's head clean off with a wooden club. Sailed through the air and went right down a rabbit hole. Well, that's where
So
we
wait,
got the game of
the
Goblin.
NPCs talk here,
So I've heard.
Ah, Bull Roarer
just
2.
their mouth moves.
I wish you young people knew more of your histories.
I think I'm actually collecting those, right? Unless those don't count as a silver pennies. Need a spin-off series about Bull Roarer took. Buy potions and supplies at the end of each chapter. Okay.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Good day, Gamma.
I seem to have lost my quilting needle
Shenmue
somewhere in
NPC.
town. If you find it, could you please bring it to me?
Certainly, Gamma.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm hungry. It's almost noon and I've only had 2 breakfasts. There's a lovely seed cake cooling in my windowsill. I think I'll head home for a morsel before lunch.
I assume, Ravanon, when you, like, do a... Here's a superficial contradiction of the thing you just said, you're not actually inviting back and forth on that, right? I can tell you all the ways that that's not the same thing. Or that Persona is not the extended Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Bilbo Baggins, I saw your visitor. Are you meddling with wizards?
Wizards are meddling with me.
Another lad going off into the blue for mad adventures. You might as well be some use before you go.
Okay,
Fetch
very good.
my butter churn, please.
Where is it?
It's in the shed round the corner. Just place the butter churn on the porch when you find it.
I love that dream sequence. I feel like that must have been added after the fact, because like this feels like the way the game should start. You could sense the panic. We gotta have a big battle scene with Sting, where Bilbo murders like 100 orcs.
Thank you, Bilbo.
You're welcome.
Have some berry crumble tea cakes. I made 'em fresh this morning. Oh, and Bilbo, watch out for that wizard.
We'll need a lot of food on our journey.
I guess if you wanted to make like something that was really experimental and weird and like broadly inspired by The Hobbit, you would just do it and just not use any of the names, right?
I saw a dwarf wandering around town. Did you see him? He had a beard so long he tucked it into his belt. And he was dressed so outlandishly. He must have gotten lost on his way to Bree.
This is the kind of game that I'd see it on the shelf and be like, I bet that game is like
No time for that. I need to go meet the dwarves. at
just
the
a
Green
real quick
Dragon Inn.
cash in, but this feels pretty good so far. Like it looks fine, it controls pretty well. It's got kind of a neat concept.
No time for that. I need to go meet the dwarves.
I got time to do anything I want, Bilbo. Is there a, like, agreed upon, most famously cynical, like, IP tie-in game? I guess maybe that American Tail 5 Goes West game that came out, like, 15 years after the movie? Or I think it was PS1? It's pretty bad.
Skulking around Hobbiton. I heard he was seen near your place. I hope he isn't causing any trouble with his dangerous fireworks and putting spells on the crops. Why can't he leave well enough alone? We don't want trouble here. I wish someone would ask him to leave.
That's more the hobbits I'm expecting.
Well, the best apples in all Hobbiton are in that apple orchard. I'd get some if I could climb those cliffs.
Let's fucking go. Look how simple it is, friend. There's a pile of throwing stones. Enter aimed shot mode. Apple acquired. It'll be easier to get rocks. I guess that arrow is pretty bad. Tari. Okay, they'll respawn. Good to know.
That wizard is responsible for so many lads and lasses going off into the blue for mad adventures. Why anyone would set foot outside the Shire is beyond me.
Well, the best apples in all Hobbiton are in that apple orchard. I'd get some if I could climb those cliffs.
Not giving you any, apparently. Sorry, bud.
Hey, what are you doing?
Chillin'. Can't jump in the well. Alright, so after we go to the Green Dragon Inn, there's the trolls, right? So I'm interested how they adapt that.
Wanna play some hide and seek?
I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh,
go
good looking
hide,
out, thanks.
you seek. Ready? Go!
Children.
Find the 4 Hobbit children. Are saves only at save points? Okay, cool.
You found me! Next time, I'll find a better hiding place.
It's funny the way that hobbits have, like, translated into the fantasy core. Yeah, I think even to date, a lot of the, like, racial features for halflings are straight out of Tolkien.
The bridge is out.
But I need to get to the other side.
I could fix it, but I'll need my hammer and nails. Fetch me hammer. I saw Carl playing with it up by the waterfall. There are some jars in the mill. You'll have to break them open to get the nails. Bring back me hammer and nails and...
Ooh-wee, they're trying. They gotta get as much as they can out of Hobbiton. Shit, be careful. What's a halfling feature from Dragonlance that's not from Tolkien? They have the whole, like, immune to fear, lucky, being rogues or burglars. It's all Tolkien. Hey, there's our favorite stock ceramic shattering pot noise. I should have guessed as soon as he said to go get it. I should have called it. That might be my favorite stock sound effect. That or the creaky gate. I do like the stock red-tailed hawk screeching noise that they use for like any kind of bird cry. But I played a lot of Last Epoch recently, where one of the items that you commonly pick up plays that sound every time you pick it up, so I kind of hate it at the moment. Oh, Michael Beatty, that's cool. I don't know if I'm allowed to swing on this. Is that what they're getting at here? Or another way in here.
Bring back me hammer and nails and I'll fix the bridge.
Okay, trying to get up. I think I have to do so from inside, unfortunately. I don't know the way in from behind here.
My children insist I tell them all about dragons. Where do they ever hear of such creatures? Respectable hobbits don't discuss such things.
Okay, should I be able to swing on this? Oh, can't jump off it. Oh god! Well, that's one way to die, damn. Okay, I was trying to do that.
Whoops.
You win again, Gravity.
I did not mean to do that.
I can hear the pot shattering sound again. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to jump from that rope to get up there? Doesn't look like that's makeable. Okay, thank you. Whoa. That's cool.
You got me! That was fun!
I don't know why it seems unsettling for a Hobbit child to still have furry feet. I guess it makes sense. Okay, let's try to save real quick here. Now I know that falling damage is a thing. I like the little footprints you leave, that's cool. Attention to detail. Shoot. Don't want it to be the B button. The B button's the cancel button. Okay. All these courage gems. Maybe try to make a modern Hobbit tie-in game. What genre would it be? It's a really interesting stage where like everything was a 3D platformer. Definitely save here. See ya. Right, mushroom healing. Shortcut to what? Okay, I'm learning that jumping off of ropes is going to be a huge problem. Okay.
Pardon me, Carl. Do you have your father's hammer? He needs it to fix the bridge.
Here it is, Mr. Baggins. I'll have to find something else to play with.
Playing with a hammer, cool. Some other way to get up there? Maybe I'll get triple jump. Some courage I left behind over here. There's a level where you can snap up onto the ledge, it looks like. Fix the bridge. Really funny because I could just like walk over here. Just can't jump over this fence. Yo.
Good lad. This shouldn't take long.
Sandyman the Handyman.
Good, isn't he?
Oh, gee, I didn't mean to skip that.
We still need a few provisions before we can
Omber, who has lost some weight.
to you, Mr. Baggins.
Hello, Holman.
Be wary of automatically triggered dialogue. So don't accidentally skip it next time. Come on.
You're looking a little thin, Bilbo. You don't want to waste away, do you?
Last kid.
You're too good at this game.
Okay. It's really funny to me to have this save point outside of this like chicken coop. Like, what's gonna happen in the chicken coop? I assume they're just trying to give you a lot of save points. But after I died in the windmill from falling. Oh, God damn it. Fucked up, Bilbo. Is there an explicit sneaking mode in this? Okay, yes. You would hope there would be sneaking. He just like flees in terror from the chickens. What's cool with this game is like in that kind of early GameCube era, I'd assume, where like maybe 2003 wasn't that early, but the games could still be colorful. It's before the brown and bloom phase. Collect berries from Hobart's garden. Hobart sees you, he will catch you. Oh my god, it's the guard sequence from Ocarina of Time. The high-stakes sneaking music here. Ah!
Those children keep running around playing hide and seek. Hamfast in that old mill, Bell over at the market. Those children need to be careful. They just raise a ruckus every chance they get. When I was a boy, we respected other.
That killed me? And then Bilbo died from the gardener talking too much. It's really funny. I don't think the sneak button is actually helping me here. Seem to respond to sound at all. Berries acquired. It's a really funny way to die.
Those scarecrows are useless. Look at those crows, sitting there mocking me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'll give you a sack of wheat if you'll get rid of those crows.
Very well.
One thing I need is wheat. Okay, where's the sack of wheat?
Thank you, Bilbo. I thought I'd never get rid of those crows.
I think they've had to like almost cast Bilbo as being like in his like 20s in this. He's like already in his 50s during The Hobbit, isn't he? Something like that. And the whole point is that the hobbits tend to live longer.
Hey to you, Mr. Baggins.
Hello, Holman. Good morning, Lorella.
Good morning, Bilbo.
God, her mouth is so
Lumber the
huge.
dwarf tried to buy some sugar and spice.
I think she's default supposed to be smiling with her mouth open, and they just make her talk by making her bottom lip move down.
For opening locks without a key. Do you have that talent too? Pick the locks on those chests, and you're welcome to all the spices you need.
Oh shit. Well, that's kind of cool. Lots of different mini games. Nice. Oh hey, found the end of the Green Dragon.
Bravo! You made it in time. The others are waiting for you inside. When you are ready to leave Hobbiton, just open the door to the Green Dragon Inn.
We still need a few provisions before we can go.
What do you need exactly? Sausages. I have to find a ham fast. I found the sewing needle. Unless if it's in a haystack, which would be funny. I found that kid.
I saw a dwarf wandering around town.
Did. Oh, there's a missing kid.
How did you find me? That Belle Goodchild keeps bothering me. Why does she keep pestering me?
Good question, kid. Did the butter churn quest here.
You're a clever fellow, Bilbo. Did you find my quilting needle?
No.
I was thinking about Bulroar.
Do you know all about Bulroar took? Is the needle supposed to be in a haystack somewhere? I feel like I found everything else without too much trouble.
Meet the dwarves at the Green Dragon.
Yes, sir.
No time for that. I need to go meet...
Go. I guess the main reason to do the optional quest is to get more courage, to get more health. Use this before. Probably not necessary. Did what I could. I get counter every time I do that.
It's about time you arrived, Mr. Baggins. Let the journey begin.
Less some sausages. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I shouldn't have... Okay, I just wanted to see what the totals were. Throwing stones, no skeleton keys, waters of fortitude, vigor, medicine chest upgrade. Save my points for now. Looks like there's some better stuff, like increasing the carrying capacity in the rock bag.
Leaving home almost immediately. In the dangerous Lonelands, they found themselves cold, wet, and low on food. Suddenly, Barleen noticed the light of a fire. Thorin sent their new
Trolls.
burglar, Bilbo, to investigate.
Oh, I made him tiny. So I think that all these sections are named after chapters from the book then. Oh, cool cloak.
Ah, it's splattered rain. I'm catching cold. Could you please bring me a Burberry plant?
Plants in the lowlands are different than your kindly Shire crop. Some of these leaves have teeth.
Oh, I wish you'd burgle us a nice hot dinner. I'm starving.
I don't like these parts.
The servants of the Witch King mined and tunneled these lands many years ago. Their gear is still scattered about.
Oh, damn.
Our food
Deep lore.
supplies are low after one of our ponies took fright and bolted.
Now it's the burglar's turn.
Scuttle off and investigate that fire hut. See if it's safe.
I really love having the, like, platforming level with the evil plants in between here and the troll camp. Cute.
Wolves! One was bad enough. A wolf? He certainly doesn't look as friendly as our Shire hounds.
I like the soundtrack. Heavy on the acoustic guitar. It's really interesting to see, like, okay, what do we feel comfortable pushing? Sure, there could be carnivorous plants in the forest, it's fine. Wolves totally comes up. Completely fine. It's one of those interesting issues with adapting Tolkien is that he doesn't really have like a video game level of different recurring threats, right? It's kind of like you got orcs and goblins. Guess you can argue Uruk-hai are different. I haven't played that Shadow of Mordor game, but I guess it tries to make all of the orcs feel pretty distinct from each other, which is a neat idea. I guess there is a decent creature variety in Tolkien, but it's always like, you know, a one-time thing, you know, like the Watcher in the Water. The Balrog.
Those ledges look treacherous, Bilbo. If they're too far apart, use your walking stick to help you jump. Good luck, Bilbo.
I don't know why your line cut out there, but okay. Oh. Oh, it's like a Mario long jump? Oh, that's kind of cool. They've tried to do Courage Vance. Make sure I put that in my future Marstead notes.
Oh, Burberry leaves. Just what Keeley needs for his cold.
That spiral level design.
Oh, thank you, Bilbo.
Got him a Burberry coat. Oh god. Want to save too excessively because this will take a while for it to process, but at the same time, like, penalty for death is so severe. Oh, glad I didn't take full damage there. Ropes are my bane in this game. Maybe it's like you always jump forward through the rope? Okay, I assume that that's the case. There's a delay at the end of that makes it not great for regular locomotion. Trying to see if I can cancel it somehow. I don't think so. Oh god. Always jump through ropes. Got it. Oh, progress was by the chest. My bad. Maybe not. Let me go, game. Oh yeah, I imagine. It can't be terribly long, right? Because the game's only 11 hours. Oh, here we go. Too scary.
If I can reach that floodgate, I can shut off this water.
Nice. No major glitches, it's just under 12 minutes? Wow. I guess it's because they structured the game so that there are lots of optional objectives and the actual critical path is pretty lean.
What wild creatures!
Weird swamp frog things. That's cool. When you're Z targeting, do you like defend if you back up? Hey, there's the creaky gate. Okay, let's see if we get a three-peat. We've got the ceramic pot shattering sound. We've got creaky gate being spammed while riding on a chain. Let me see. I'm gonna guess either the bone crunch sound or the red-tailed hawk. That might be one of the most egregious uses of the creaky gate. I love just like spamming it. Oh, actually, I didn't notice when we killed the wolves. Wolves tend to have the like injured dog sound effect. That's really common. No, they don't have that noise. I'm wrecked over here, damn. Really like the different lockpicking mini games. It's cute. This game is cute. I think that would be my main word to describe it. Like, they have a bit of a challenge in adapting the source material into a video game. Kind of what you would do, right, is you hit all the major beats, you make sure that you do the bit with the trolls. You got a lot of content you can do in Moria. They're gonna make a level out of Riddles in the Dark, right? To like chase Gollum around or something. I do enjoy this kind of adaptation challenge where it's like, okay, so what do we do? Like, what is it even possible to do? A lot of the kind of bad, like especially like NES, Super Nintendo era IP tie-ins, like really just didn't try at all. They're just like, okay, well, we know what the characters are. Okay, cool. Whoa. Surprisingly cool little set piece. Middle of these random ass woods. We have to send our burglar to scout ahead. Also a plumber.
Can't go back now. Oh my.
Mutton yesterday, mutton today, and blimey, it don't look like mutton again tomorrow.
Not a blinking bit of man flesh have we had.
Shut your mouth. You can't expect folk to stop here just to be ate by you and Bert.
3 wicked,
Their
huge trolls.
nipples are uncomfortably high
I better
res.
tell the dwarves. Oh, but they'll just say that a really first-class burglar would have picked the troll's pockets. Oh, wait, a pocketbook. I could sneak past them when they aren't looking and take it. Oh, I'll need to stay away from those noisy leaves, though.
That's cool. This game's pretty good. I'm impressed. I think, like, the thing that always strikes me about this kind of game is that, like, it's operating almost solely on, like, the title appeal. You know, someone's grandma buying them the game, so, like, there isn't actually any incentive for the game to be any good. They would just need to, like, barely qualify as a game, which is usually my experience with this sort of IP tie-in, but this is not the case. Like, they've actually tried. It's got decent music, like, the graphics are good, the camera control is fine, it's got some fun ideas for little mini-games. Actually kind of hard. Kind of just have to preempt it rather than waiting for the pattern. Oh.
Come here, you nasty little rabbit. It looks tasty. What is it?
Bilbo gets eaten. Might need to go back and save after chest here. I like the lightning bolt trapping you in here. It's funny. So far, this emulates really well, too. I'm impressed with that. It's just this guy who can see me. Back on the rock like Baloo. Doo-doo. Pretty high stakes platforming. Oh god. Okay, we're okay. Everything's fine.
I bet I can tiptoe past him while he yawns.
No kidding. It's like a Ren and Stimpy character.
That was not my job.
Okay, you do in fact have to sneak. I wasn't sure about that.
You're going on the spit.
That's good. Oh, jeez.
Come here, you nasty little rabbit. It looks tasty. What is it?
So sleepy. Wait, I don't know who saw me that
Come
time.
here, you nasty little rabbit. It looks tasty.
Must be the one further down.
What is it?
Did you hear something?
Yeah, who are you?
What?
Blimey, look what I've copped.
They're implying that I just got eaten. Quite half 500.
When the dwarves crept up to investigate, the trolls popped them all into sacks. Suddenly, the trolls started arguing. Gandalf imitated their voices and tricked them into a nasty fight. They fought until dawn. When the sun rose, the trolls turned to stone.
Troll hole. Boy's soul. Gonna pay the troll toll to get in.
The trolls must have a cave nearby to hide from the sun. We must look into it. Find the troll cave, Bilbo.
Okie doke. Sounds good.
Silly time to go pocket picking when we wanted fire and food.
Oop. Not bad. Oh my god. Ah. No! I have to press B to cancel. Okay. Expert stick tactics. Okay.
I see you found a training scroll. This land is full of lore from the old kingdom of Arnor. They used these scrolls to teach combat tactics to their young warriors. Now the scrolls are scattered all over this desolate land. You will learn new fighting skills when you open them.
Okay, sounds like budget Tony J. The double hit is actually kind of bad for me. Okay there. Bad against wolves, they try to flee from you constantly. They're really not makeable? Jump attack has stamina. Realize that.
That was quite a climb. I have to catch my breath.
Any sign of the troll cave?
No. Or the key.
Key?
Long ago, the Witch King's people built strongholds in this land. Wicked creatures like trolls get the keys and use the locked vaults to hide from the sun.
Ow. Probably vault to that next time. Is there a dedicated button to use a health potion? Probably progress up there. Just do it from in here. Okay. I need to save them, I figure. Alright, getting paid. Very nice. What? Okay. A rope, you can climb up or down. Spin around. Okay. Rope fell away. It's weird. To respawn, I have to jump slightly earlier than I'm comfortable. Shortcut to mushrooms. Nice. I do like the idea of the courage points being a thing you keep accruing to get more and more health as the game progresses. It's fun. So he's supposed to, like, reach out to... I see. That's not how it works in any other game, but okay. Pretty sweet troll cave. Getting double value out of the trolls. I know what the murlocs are supposed to be.
It's an elf. Oh, and she's hurt.
Help me. I was injured by 3 trolls. I barely managed to escape into
Is
these
that
caves. My healing draft is in the next chamber.
It is.
But I'm too weak to get it. Can you bring it to me?
Jennifer Hale? His belly is visible, he's vulnerable. There's already a decent amount of stuff by that point, I think. This section sucks. Okay. Kill its ads first, right? Maybe I can try using the slingshot on them, perhaps. I gotta lose all my rocks then, too. crazy cave. Oh shit, if I get hit, it's game over. Okay. Making sure they stayed dead. They did. I guess not. It's just that I look like... It's hard to tell when I take damage, I guess is the word. It's not too bad. We do 3 babies this time.
My, if Bullroarer Took could see me now.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Fucked him up, Bilbo. Way to go.
The healing draft. Oh, I hope I'm not too late to save her.
Thank you, friend. I am Lyanna of the Wood Elves.
Bilbo Baggins of the Shire, at your service. I'm searching for the Troll Cave. Do you know how I can find it?
You will need this if you want to find the Troll Cave. But beware,
She's like
these
a
caverns are filled with the Witch King's
A-list voice
traps.
actor now. What's her oldest credit? I'm curious. God, she has so many credits. Holy shit. 1988. I guess as a child actor. They're doing voice acting until the late 90s. Let's save. Oh, I see. Oh my god. Did not deserve to live there. Ow. like the thick black outline on all the items made it look really goofy when you were like giving the potion to Jennifer Hale. I think my only real complaint about this game so far is I wish it didn't have that dream sequence at the beginning, but that's probably something that came in as a note afterward. I kind of like the way they do the like escalation, right? Bilbo's doing like stupid town chores and it's more and more heroic as he goes. Oh god.
Sunlight again.
Worst vista. So this is like the most common like force framing trope like ever now. It's very, very, very common to do this in like all kinds of 3D exploration games. I'm trying to think of one of the first games that really came up with it though. Looks really good here, I think. It's very pretty.
Oh, drat these dark caves.
The black and white was like top down, wasn't it?
The key!
I see. I played it for like one sub-block forever ago. Gotta pay the troll toll. Hey, spiders. Burn that. Oh, new rock throwing technique. That's cool. Whew. Certain about that jump at all. Oh. Okay. Thought maybe touching the water was instant death, so that's good. Ah. Come on. Probably gonna go back to the save point. I'll lose my progress in that secret room. Just saved, so I won't do it again. Oh, I see. Classic. That's how you're supposed to know this is here. Yeah, that's a good level design. Secrets to watch out for. Well, the thing I'm thinking of specifically is a game that doesn't take control away from the player, but has some beautiful vista it wants to draw attention to by having you like come out of a doorway or a tunnel or something. There's plenty of games that will like take the control away from the player and pan to show you the beautiful thing, and it's like, well, that's kind of stupid. It's starting to impede on that era when things got really cutscene heavy for about 5 years. Big ass key. actually might be, I have to think about it. It might be one of the highest efforts, like, highest effort tie-in games I've played where the game isn't explicitly, like, setting out to do, like, a, let's prove that we're taking it seriously kind of a thing, like, Batman Arkham Asylum or Chronicles of Riddick or whatever. I guess I haven't played Chronicles of Riddick. Heard it's pretty good. We've got a much higher standard for tie-in games now, I think. If you want to make a cash grab one, you just put it on mobile, I suppose. It's kind of like protected consoles and PC from them. There are some okay ones on the Super Nintendo. Whoops. Probably should save after the diamonds. The Bilbo doesn't like cry out or anything, he just kind of calmly falls to his death. I get the diamond, then I'll do the chest again, then I'll save. Why the Witch King's crystal? Like, of all the things that... Oh my god. Well, that's a different way to die. Bumped his head on part of the void. Oh, weird. These platforms, like, impart their momentum on you a little bit when you jump. That's why I kept falling off. Okay. I think I understand now. Back to where I was. Oh, I must have like barely passed the death zone a couple times there. Makes more sense when it plays the music. When he just kind of like calmly falls to his death.
The key!
Seems like progress. Way to get back out if I fall, basically. Okay. don't think we want to go down here. I think that's losing a ton of progress. Found the cave, Gandalf. Oh, jeez. I think that wasn't gonna work. Yes. Oh, come on. First try.
What a beautiful blade, with elvish runes. Barely a pocket knife for a troll, but perfect for a hobbit. But you'll need a
Doing
name.
this a little early, that's interesting.
I know. I will give you a name, and I shall call you Sting.
Cool. I can keep making the rock bag have more capacity. Expect them to get a boss fight where I need lots of stones, so it's probably going to be my main money sink.
Soon the company reached Rivendell, home of the elves. Elrond told them of a secret entrance to the dragon's lair, a door revealed only by the knocking of a bird called a thrush. After resting in Rivendell, they set out to cross the Misty Mountains. Evil things and dreadful dangers awaited them, like stone giants, and worse.
I said Moria earlier, I meant Misty Mountains. Overhill and Underhill. Next one should be out of the frying pan into the fire for going by chapter titles, unless if they find another level to put in here. There's a lot they could do in Misty Mountains.
I've sent Feely and Keely ahead to look for shelter. Would you please give Beaufort a hand starting that fire?
Oh, hello, Bilbo. Feely and Keely went up the high path to look for shelter. I hope they find some food, too.
When we reach the Lonely Mountain, we'll use my grandfather's map and key to open a secret entrance. A door even the dragon doesn't know about.
Umber is making me hungry.
This wood is too wet to catch fire.
Perhaps you need dry firewood.
And if you could find any, I would be in your debt.
Thanks, Bilbo. Hot tips with Bilbo Baggins.
Umber is making me hungry.
Beaufort had better get that fire going, or I'm going to freeze right out of my skin. Away, burglar. These mountains are crawling with goblins. Why don't you go help Beaufort? Leave me alone.
No, right?
On the other side of the Misty Mountains lies
Mirkwood has the potential to be really scary.
Home of the wicked necromancer.
Oh,
These minions are more dangerous
Okay, they're
than
gonna
the
put
creatures you've
necromancer minions in the Mirkwood. Mirkwood is one of my favorite sequences in any book ever. Like, it gave me intuition when I was really little about like managing peril. I really love that like Gandalf leaves, so you lose your security blanket. Okay, next game.
Ah, firewood for Bofa.
Probably should have saved.
Well, there's no going back. Oh. Oh, how will I ever get back to the dwarves? I suppose if I follow the edge of this mountain.
That's definitely better damage. Really surprised they don't have the stock injured dog sound for attacking the wolves. It's everywhere. It's like really, really obvious too. Wahi! Kind of sounds like. We got one of the more creative uses of Creaky Gate, though, so I'm still happy. But I've played another game where you jump off of a rope, you have to face the way you face in this game. Oops. I guess most games let you just jump in whatever direction you're holding if you're climbing something. Sure, didn't miss anything back there. Yeah, that would be a courage token, wouldn't it? Oh, I need to switch to the stick. Okay. It's not so nice. It's funny when he, like, passes the death barrier and just silently dies. Turnus, do you know, do you have to actually save to trigger the checkpoint, or do you just have to interact with it? Do that again. experiment, I guess. Speaking of which, doesn't remember that I did this. It's weird. It's like literally reloading your save. Thought it was like loading a checkpoint that happened to be the time you saved last. It doesn't like take a long time to load like it takes a long time to save, I guess is why I assume that. It's bad. I see. I need that. Just be that thing I just did. Come on. There you go.
Thorin, what have you done with my burglar? Bofa sent him to find firewood. If he's not back yet, then drat him, I say. He's not been very useful.
Whoa.
I brought him, and I don't bring things that are of no use.
I hope he's better at dodging boulders than he is at fetching firewood.
This is in the books.
Those stone giants are throwing boulders at me. I'd better hurry.
Throwing stones with extra powers. Stones to use these powers. Damn, ow. Okay. Maybe I should just dodge them. Perfect. Good job, Bilbo.
Those Those stone giants are throwing boulders at me. I'd better hurry.
Whoops. Those are the ones that snap. Got it.
Those stone giants are throwing boulders at me. I'd better hurry.
Okay, so these ones snap, so I gotta jump quick. Time to realign or climb up. Ah, no! Wasn't rotated in face the way I wanted him to. I stakes on that jump.
Those stone giants are throwing boulders at me. I'd better hurry.
But I cannot, in fact, target them here. Yes, okay. Didn't think so. Thought I'd check. Another small complaint in this game is that it isn't great about there being like a sound effect or indicator that you've taken damage. Sometimes your health can just drain super fast and you not realize what happened. Not a big deal though, you're not taking damage that often. I think I'm actually gonna go safe. Sprint here really quick, it's getting all the gems, it's annoying. Courage points. Thought I was gonna die there while I was trying to save, that would have been funny. fall, so I don't have to be fast about it. Oh, there's a save right there, fantastic.
This pillar looks weak. Perhaps I can trick those stone giants into making a bridge for me.
Yes. Very smart, Bilbo.
Thank you, stone giants! You made my escape for me!
God, I'm getting walked up by this thing. Calculated. Shit. Can't move very well if you're throwing stones.
This pillar looks weak. Perhaps I can trick those stone giants into making a bridge for me.
Thank you, stone giants! You made my escape for me!
Whoa, you can get nuked really fast there. Probably shouldn't depend on the rocks at all, just because they like root you in place when you go to throw them.
This pillar looks weak. Perhaps I can trick those stone giants into making a bridge for me.
Thank you, stone giants! You made my escape for me!
Right, another courage level up. So I'll break this thing. Shit. Can't see what I'm doing, game. Don't see target in a tunnel. Got it. Don't like that. Oh, I almost had it. Rude. Okay. think it's hassle for some firewood.
That floor looks dangerously thin.
Cool. I don't know what these things are. Bunch of variants of like murlocs. Rock, I can move around in here. What do you want me to do with it? Nice. Extra jump tactics stick. Okay. Even better now. I'm pretty good at giving you rewards for finding secrets in this. Well, I didn't realize I could do that. Watch out for that bridge collapsing. Oh shit. Didn't think that was a zone boundary. Let's see.
It looks like it's missing some pieces.
Song in Chrono Cross that uses that yo sound. They're gonna make Sting glow more if there's goblins. I really like how Tolkien was able to essentially backport the Hobbit into the rest of the Silmarillion Middle-earth universe. Like, being like, yeah, it would make sense that the ring would end up with like some random Hobbit. It's pure coincidence. Gold shank head. Oh, I see. You never. Just goblins underground at every moment. Do they, Gandalf? Whoa, that was almost bad. It's about to be bad. Double, I'm gonna need you to scream, "Wah!" like Mario when you take fall damage. It's fun. What did this game get on Metacritic? I imagine it got a lower score than it probably deserved. Shit. It's like pretty solid. Bilbo knows it isn't canon for him to fall to death. Not gonna bother with the theatrics. Save again after doing this. There's a bunch of bottomless pits. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 61 just sounds like people just being mean because it's a tie-in, right? It's pretty good. Oh, right. Shit. Blanked for a second. Interesting that the first level is actually like the worst possible indication of it. Which probably is why they added the goofy dream sequence, but they can't not use Hobbiton at the beginning, right? It's too much good potential for tutorial and like little mini games and things. And the actual like dungeon design's pretty solid. I only mentioned that because I assume that like deeply colored critic reviews of it, if they even played beyond that part, right? Oh my god. It did save again though, so it's... Am I just not able to make that? I think that's killed me 3 times now. I don't think the stick will carry me across. I guess I can try it. Maybe it'll get me to the ledge. Difference in heights. Fix the gold machine.
There we go. Oh, I don't like the look of this.
Goblin Town.
Owen said he last saw Bilbo along the low path.
The old dwarf mines are down there.
The goblins drove the dwarves from those strongholds long ago. Now, all manner of vile creatures roam those halls.
You dwarves will find Mr. Baggins, or I'll go alone and leave you to get out of here as best you can.
I don't know if this is just me, but whenever platforming games do the like Mario 64 like drone footage, like my brain shuts off and I don't take in any information. I guess if it's like trying to point out a very specific feature, like, oh hey, there's this like you know, nest with an egg in it at the top of this building, then sometimes I'll catch that part. Okay. The music's supposed to be cut out here. It was playing right when I did the zone transitions. Maybe I broke it. Copper shank. I've been able to swim before. Still have pole vaults.
Another one of these odd contraptions. And it's missing pieces too.
Alright, I have the firewood, technically. Medium metallic gear. Uh-oh. Getting poisoned soon. Spry 50-year-old. Actually needed that stone. tricky one, damn. Ooh-wee. Don't think I can let myself down without taking fall damage here. I guess I could. Nice. Is there a 100% speedrun for this? I guess I don't know. Would that be like all courage gems? Because it does track whether you get all those, right? And pennies. Whoa! I don't know how I survived there. Oops, I tried doing the pole vault. This to save me. Okay, I thought maybe it would open the door again. Major glitch is 1 minute. Wow. There's a gold chest down there. It's a really tricky level. Camera almost killed me there. It's fine. I don't know if I meant to interact with that. Let me go save first. Just a menu exploit. So there is another chest back there. I don't know how to get to it though. Aha! Thank you, game, for letting me see it from up top. Probably gonna hit that with a rock, I'm guessing. Jump attack sword, nice. Seems really helpful. It breaks shields. So you can just miss those, right? Way across, I'm not seeing. Wrong button. I actually really like this level so far. Like the way it's opened up the complexity. I like that there's a bunch of secrets, and you can see the secrets if you're standing in certain parts of the stage. Very mean to have those bridges not quite connect. Uh-oh. Boss room. Sticks better for AoE. Troll key. Oh, it's big sack of money, nice. Doing riddles in the dark. We're gonna get Bjorn in this game.
Bilbo! Up here!
Oh, Gandalf! You'll never believe what happened. There were giants and wolves and he didn't...
Plenty of time for stories when it's warm and dry.
I love the epic reuniting with Gandalf music.
There you are, Bilbo.
We should have at least one thing where Gandalf is helping.
Clash, crash! Crush, smack, take them to the great Goblin!
God. Bilbo fights like Yoda.
This should stop those goblins. There is more about you than meets the eye, Mr. Baggins. The dwarves made camp just around the bend. Come along, Mr. Baggins.
Oh, the opening chapter of The Hobbit is like a British horror story. Having to be hospitable to a party of 14 people.
Well, here's your confusticated firewood.
Good lad.
That's great.
The sun sleeps, and so should we. Time to make camp, Mr. Baggins.
Nice. "27 chests. Still expect there to be a boss fight where I like really need this. Okay, now I can save up for the extra health.
They slept soundly in a dry cave. Then Bilbo heard a noise.
Love the art for spooked Bilbo there.
In the darkness and confusion, no one saw Bilbo crack his head on a rock and fall into shadow.
Not
When
for the
he
last
awoke,
time.
Bilbo was alone.
Hey, Riddles in the Dark. Let's go.
Oh, lost again.
It's fun to see depictions of Gollum pre-Peter Jackson films. I had seen, I think I read the books before I saw either the Ralph Bakshi stuff
Elves
or
for
the
this glowing blade.
Yeah, good call. Either the Ralph Bakshi movie or the Rankin and Bass. Rankin and Bass did The Hobbit and Return of the King, right? And they're both kind of bad. But even like Rankin and Bass kind of made Gollum look like a frog. Andy Serkis' performance is really good. I need to listen to the audiobook that Andy Serkis did. He apparently did, I think he did The Hobbit and all of Lord of the Rings. And does all the voices. Sounds really good. Same little victory fanfare there. Oh, that's interesting. Just how they translated it? Or is it just like art from the inside the book? That's cool. I can definitely see how you would get frog-like. Like being like an actual big frog is funny. I haven't reviewed, I know that they changed a couple things in reprintings of The Hobbit after Lord of the Rings was published. To make things connect a little bit better. Most part, I think it works as a retcon, though. Because the only thing that kind of stands out is that in The Hobbit, there's like no indication at all that the ring is in any way bad, right? It's just kind of a cool little adventure trinket. I've only seen the Hobbit movies one time, and they really make me sad. The Lindsay Ellis deep dive on them is really good. But it's a bummer, like, how hard they felt they needed to connect all of it to, like, epic Lord of the Rings stuff. I'm really sad we'll never get to see that Guillermo del Toro take on it, because it could have been really cool. I guess it'll end up going down like Jodorowsky's Dune, where it's like, if they take away from that documentary, it's worth watching, it's really interesting, but my takeaway is that, like, Jodorowsky's Dune was so ambitious and so obscene and ridiculous that it's almost better that it didn't get made, because then it can exist forever as a superposition of all possible states, right? Like, it can exist in the mind as a could be. If it had actually gotten made, it would have been a shit show and failed completely. I guess that's also true for Del Toro's The Hobbit, right? We can imagine what that might be like. We can see some of his pre-production work for it. I think the thing that makes me saddest about the Peter Jackson Hobbit movies is that Peter Jackson didn't want to make it. And, like, those Lord of the Rings films are like fucking lightning in a bottle, you know, once in a generation masterpiece films. Just everything fell into place, the right cast, you know, the right producers, the right director, the right amount of budget, the exact right amount of, like, CG and practical effects and, like, costumes and makeup. Those movies really, really understand, like, the emotional core of the story.
A dwarf? Hello, I'm Bilbo Baggins, at your service.
This is interesting.
I am Balfour of the Iron Hills. I am grateful for your service, but freeing me would take the service of 100 dwarves.
Got 13.
Or 1,000 elves. Or one burglar. Very well. Go down into the mines and find a large gate. Bribe Ugslap the guard and he'll open it. When you get through that gate, climb up to the jail. That's where they take me when I finish my work on the mining contraptions. Free me, and I will help you escape.
Okay, that's cool. All the new stuff they added, it's all pretty silly, but it's not completely unreasonable. Gotta make it a video game in some way, right? It's an adaptation, I get it. That was one of the problems when I first saw the Lord of the Rings movies. I saw them all in theaters on like opening night. And I was such a like nerd that I like reread the book immediately, like the 2 weeks prior to each film, so that I could point out all the things that were wrong about the adaptation. So I don't think when I first saw them, I really appreciated how like fucking perfect they are. I was just obsessed with little stupid complaints. Like, I can't believe that, you know, they left the Shire immediately instead of like 20 years passing or whatever it is. Like, come on.
What's that noise?
That's a good
Goblins.
adaptation change. Where's Tom Bombadil?
Squash everything.
And as much as I enjoyed the extended cuts when they came out, like, it's kind of fun to see the extra bits all edited in. I do think the theatrical cuts are better. Yeah, there's an interesting argument around Tom Bombadil. I think it makes perfect sense why he was cut, but you can make some thematic arguments about why he should still be there. There's other more stupid things like, well, if they don't have the daggers from the Barrow Downs, then how is Mary gonna... Whatever, it's fine. That part's fine. But the idea of there being this guy that we can't just leave the ring with him, right? Like, I think that's kind of important.
That must be the gate I need.
Yeah.
What an odd-looking contraption.
That is good. I do like that in the extended stuff, yeah. I guess I should say that the extended stuff is mostly a mixed bag for me. Like, some of it it's like, oh, that's amazing. I'm really sad they got cut. And some of it's like, okay, that doesn't need to be there. That's okay. That just takes up a lot of time. It definitely helps with Boromir, though. I completely agree. We get extra Faramir stuff, which really helps with him. He's kind of... Faramir has the problem where... like, if you're watching the movies as a companion, if you already are familiar with the books, so you're watching the movies and you kind of know where it's going and what they're adapting, you kind of get what they're going for with Faramir, but I think that if you don't see the extended edition, you might not really have an idea of what Faramir's deal is, if all you've seen is the movies. That's a common adaptation problem, though. Oh. I crossed a death barrier like once on a fall, and then it's never happened since. He just silently falls to his death. It's interesting. It's it would be cool if, you know, on average as a society we could like kind of have a better understanding of the challenges of adaptation and like look forward to changes, like get excited about doing something differently because now it's a movie and not a book. So this thing that worked in the book doesn't work here, so let's cut it out, and this thing that works in a movie but doesn't work in a book, we're gonna add. Like that's all really cool stuff, I think. And to me, like, that's the entire point of doing an adaptation. Like, why, if you're just going to do it one-to-one, what's, like, the book is already there. Just go read the book. You know? It's a really good Patrick Willems video that just came out about this with the recent Mario movie. And he makes a point in that video that I've been making forever, that like when it comes to adaptation, I don't even know why we bother adapting video games in the first place, because like video games are already, it's like movies, but it can do more than a movie. So why would you like remove a dimension, right? So it made sense in like the 90s when you couldn't do, you know, fully motion captured cutscenes and cinematic camera effects and the like, but you can do all that in a video game and it's interactive, so. Ow. Be more careful here, I can just spam these guys. I guess, like, you know, the Last of Us show is really good. And some of that is like adaptive choices from having to put it on a TV show, having to edit, break it into like chunks, but I don't see why you couldn't like almost directly adapt the show into a video game if you wanted to. I guess maybe you could argue that the removal of the video game sequences improves the story, but the whole thing with not really getting that Joel isn't a good guy, it's harder to communicate when you're not the person holding the controller doing all the murder, right? So I need to see the Fallout show. I heard it's really good. Andrew and I are probably going to sit down and watch that soon. But I think that this is actually a pretty solid adaptation. If you're going to make The Hobbit into a video game, like, you're going to make a bunch of changes so there can be levels, right, and more variety in enemies and more things for Bilbo to do. It seems like a pretty good way to do it. Well, specifically in The Last of Us, like, there are audiences that misunderstand that because, like, oh, I'm playing as them, so they must be the good guy, right? But they have the same media literacy challenges when they're watching TV shows like Breaking Bad, where it's like, oh, Walt is the protagonist, so he must be justified, right? Same kind of problem. But I think you're kind of made to come to terms with, like, the reality of what you're doing when you are holding the controller and you are doing all of these things, when you're walking around and you're hearing people yell, oh my god, there's this really scary guy, he just killed a whole town, right? Like, oh, that's me, shit, maybe what I'm doing isn't great. But you have to, like, set up a bunch of constructed scenes to get the audience to feel that way in a show.
Squash the ugly thing.
It's actually a really significant problem with Dune, right? Like, I guess spoilers for Dune, maybe mute for a couple minutes if you're worried about it. They kind of have to change Chani in Dune Part 2 because we need somebody to convey to the audience that maybe what's happening to Paul isn't super great. Maybe this isn't good, or at least not an unalloyed good. And that's accomplished in the books through, you know, lots and lots of prophecy. Like, the books just have forward after forward after forward that effectively just spoils what's about to happen or what's coming up, you know, 10 chapters from now. But also through a ton of internal monologue, which works really poorly in movies. So we have to change Chani a little bit so that she can kind of act as our audience surrogate, so we know somebody's unhappy with what's happening, right? And maybe the audience will emotionally resonate with that. But I feel like if you made a Dune video game that was trying to, like, chart Paul's story, you could convey that maybe Paul's not great a little bit more easily through game mechanics. Yeah. Dune's an interesting case study, though, because it's like, I think that part of the art and part of what Denis Villeneuve is going for is that he wants the audience to like completely buy into it, right? So that they will then reflect later, oh my god, I can't believe I was on board with this, right? Like, there are all these signs telling me that this was bad, and I was okay with it. And I think that's going to work for some people. I don't know that it's going to work for others. Sure, yeah, you're spending so much time with the media. That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you unfortunately have to do as a shortcut in film, just because the runtime is so short. The example I always jump to is relationships and like romance, right? Like, by necessity, you have to take shortcuts if you want to depict any kind of romance. You don't have the screen time to really accomplish it. You can do a lot with like implying large time skips, right? And showing two people at different stages in their relationship. But a lot of it ends up degenerating to, okay, let's have a grand sweeping romantic gesture where John Cusack shows up with a boombox at a window, right? And it's like, that's not how relationships work at all. And for people whose only exposure to that is movies, it can kind of give them unreasonable expectations about how relationships are supposed to work. But it's also like nobody did anything wrong. Like, that's a necessary shortcut in the format. So books and video games are positioned to do a much better job with that, since you do spend so much time with the characters. This game is like so much better than I was expecting. Like, I wasn't coming into it thinking it would be terrible or anything. So if you put it on subblock, I thought it had something going for it. But when I saw that there was like a Game Boy Advance version of it, that was always like a giant red flag for me growing up. If something was like multi-platform to the extent where it had like a Game Boy version as well, I'm like, oh no. I guess sometimes those turn out pretty good, but it doesn't bother me when they like make it for Game Boy and only Game Boy, but it's when they try to release it on every platform. Yeah, I wonder what it's got to be like a completely different game. Oh, jeez, sorry. Better about making sure that this gets disconnected.
How am I supposed to lower this bridge? Now, those barrels might be useful.
Not what I was expecting to happen there, but okay. Go full Yoda on those things. Cave worms? Yeah, I agree with all those things. Rest. classic Goblin exploding barrels. One of those games where like aerial attacks are better because they don't root you in any way. Okay, probably get to that down there later. Nice. I got poisoned, shit. Whoa. Okay. Nice save. Oh, I can get it again. Nice. Got it. Nice. Oh. Maybe. I do think the Last of Us show is like phenomenal. Really, really good. I think Craig Mazin is an amazing writer. It's very funny that he made like Hangover sequels before making Chernobyl, which is one of the best like bits of television ever. I do think video games are uniquely positioned, though, to make you understand why people do bad things, right? Like, I feel like that's what Papers, Please is all about. Given these...
Could you open this gate for me, sir? Please?
What are you? A little rabbit got away from the
Bug
cooks?
slap.
Well, little rat, if you
Oh, it's
want
great.
this gate open, you bring me
All
the
of its
warp
adaptive changes are good,
stone from
too.
Rugby. Fix the broken
It does something
wall
very
and
different
you
with
can
Bill,
steal
which
the
works much
warp
better for
stone
the
from
show.
Rugby.
Papers, Please is like, here's a game about how systemic pressures warp behavior. Suzerain is potentially about that as well.
I need to fix this lift to get the wartstone. Looks like it's missing a lever.
Okie doke. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, that's one way to die. This game has, like, Elden Ring fall damage. It's like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. You take 90% of your health, you're dead. The range. Oh god, it's happening. It is happening again.
I need to fix this lift.
Not as bad as a couple days ago. We got a giant wave of them. Dozens and dozens all spamming the same shit. Bug key, my favorite.
I can ride that lift now.
It happened yesterday as well, but I did shield mode before it got too bad. Hey, there's a stock sound effect. Can we hear it again? Yeah, classic. Should look up the name of that one. I think it's like a flashpoint. All right, we got 3 so far. Still hoping we're gonna get a red-tailed hawk by the end of the game. Maybe in the Battle of 5 Armies. Oh god, oh god! Careful.
I need to fix...
Yeah, Creaky Gate was, there was like a thing you slid down, and every time step you were sliding, it was spamming the Creaky Gate sound. It's like a zip line. One of the more creative uses of that sound effect.
I can ride that lift now.
Oh, got it. Fucking wizard goblins. Pretty high stakes jump. A less stressful point for me to try to make it. Oof. Grit lift. Need to make sure I mention the vault in my future Marstead notes, because like you barely have to use it.
Another key.
There are occasionally jumps where you have to. Ooh, save point. It's so nice that it destroys their shields. Like the context-sensitive battle music.
I hope the goblins don't mind me starting all their contraptions.
I feel like this game should be up there where, like, was it SpongeBob? Battle for Bikini Bottom has a pretty good reputation. I guess it's like the problem is the more concrete the story is, it's harder to make a video game out of it, right? Because you kind of have to take the story as written and then insert new video gamey stuff into it. So maybe like a, you know, Nickelodeon cartoon can get a pass because you can just make a game that's a new original SpongeBob story.
Haven't these goblins heard of key rings?
Get the pottery shattering effect here. Hey, I'd love to hear it. Yeah, Aladdin's pretty good, although it's really hard. There were a couple tie-in games that were like fine. I'm actually curious. I kind of want to like revisit some of the awful, like super corporate tie-in games, like the Chester Cheetah game or the Cool Spot game. I think there was a Noid game. Like MC Kids, the McDonald's game that was technically a Happy Meal toy, which is insane. It is actually a really solid like puzzle platformer. One of the few console games I actually owned. That'd be a cool one to either try to remake or do like an indie take on. It had some interesting mechanics that I haven't seen in other games. Needs like a way forward DuckTales 2 remake so that it's a little bit more user friendly, because the game over and continue conditions are pretty brutal if I recall. Full Spot was alright, yeah. It wasn't like shovelware, right? Maybe wasn't the most amazing game, but it was probably fine.
Time to take a ride.
Chex Quest. And you have to like count all of this as existing before and after Sneak King. Sneak King's like, okay, corporate shitpost has like reached its final form. Yeah. Well, especially in the NES era, it got less bad in the Super Nintendo era. I think they kind of just generally learned how to make basic Super Nintendo side-scrollers and have them be okay. But in the NES era, and especially the Atari era, they're mostly shit.
Here's the lever I need to fix that lift.
Oh, that's a nice little convenient shortcut. Thanks, game. Reesh. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Sneak King is the only one I remember being any good. The other ones are just kind of stupid. And even Sneak King was just like one joke. But it was nice and short, so it wasn't that bad. Oh my god. It's so long since I saved. Okay. They respawn gems here so you can find your way back. The Hobbit, the game where you play as Yoda. That's interesting. There have definitely been some like amazing tie-in games. Like Alien Isolation is probably the best Alien sequel. Because Aliens is a really good movie, but it's also not like the original Alien.
Crugbit stole my warpstone. I'll only open the gate when you get it. Now go.
Wait, that was the lift that I was repairing. Wort lift. Also a pretty incredible, like, just open world game in general. And Arkham Asylum permanently changed how we make like brawler games for the better. I think it was correct for the industry to be like, okay, we got to do this like rhythmic tapping, press to counter, deliberate combat setup. I want every game to be Dark Souls, but I'll settle for Arkham Asylum if I can't get Dark Souls. I just don't want it to be the third way to do it, which is Devil May Cry. Come on. God, everything is Kingdom Hearts. I think I have to think about this. I think I prefer Kingdom Hearts to Devil May Cry. It seems like I wouldn't, but Kingdom Hearts wears that it's easy and you're just mashing X on its sleeve. Like, yeah, that's what it is. It's fine. Whereas I feel like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta try to make a show of like, no, there's actually a bunch of depth here if you're trying to get a platinum rank. But you can just press the button and it's fine, and the game's not gonna like meaningfully incentivize you to pursue the higher ranks, so don't worry about it. Maybe someone will make a game that does. Like, I have played games where the game is structured in such a way that I want to try to push my performance and not limp to the finish line and play it the fun way, but yeah, that's a good example. Actively want to get all of the speedrun times in that game because it's structured so that you want to. But I feel like of all the spectacle brawlers I've played, they all kind of like have this problem where if you don't grok the fun way to play it immediately, you're set back on experience points, and so you have fewer abilities and do less damage, and so the likelihood that you'll continue to limp goes up and up and up the longer you're playing it. Another little spiral level design thing here. It is.
Slaves! Protect me!
I'd love to hear that pottery sound layered 4 times. Oops.
Ah, this must be the Wartstone.
Sweet. I do think the Arkham games do a good job of like encouraging you to do well in combat. Oh, I'm sorry, Scar. I have that happen with certain games. Games where it sounds like my phone is going off or someone's knocking at the door is one that drives me nuts. A death?
Oh.
Yeah, Elden Ring falling. Benedict, Timothy Kilton Cumbercat. What are you doing?
Another sacrifice to the Goblin King!
Ah, this must be the Wartstone.
It's funny. Hold on, y'all. I need to go see what my cat is doing. I'm back. He's a little bastard. He's a goof. Oh, 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 oh. I assume the falling damage exists to, like, prevent you from skipping stuff in the level more than anything else. Elden Ring is probably the most egregious about it.
I found your Wartstone. Now please, open the gate.
Oh, I'll open the gate.
I love the way their mouths move. Stamina's a real issue here. Shouldn't be necessary, but I'm having trouble. I'm getting locked in at certain points and can't attack. Get this guy. Perfect. Didn't waste the one I just got. Health potion, that is. You got Jennifer Hale to record like 3 lines. Maybe she'll show up later. It would be cool if she showed up in Markwood.
Those guards look much too strong for me. I'd better not try to fight them. There's Balfour. I need to set him free.
Video games invented the dizzying drone shot.
Slaves, to me!
I can fight them, it's fine.
Take him to the pits.
Is that you, Baggins?
Shh! Don't alert the guards.
Get me out of this cage!
How?
That switch opens the gate to this cell.
Yes, but what about the guard?
Once this gate is open, you won't have to worry about him anymore. Hey, Goblin! You're just a filthy spawn of an elf!
Shut up!
I'm just gonna come the most circuitous way to harass you. Oh god.
You're roasting my pot.
That actually spooked me. Okay. Learn that does not work.
Is that you? Hey, Goblin! You're just a filthy spawn of an elf!
Shut up!
Freedom! Time to play! Baruch Hazard!
Thanks for leaving all the courage gems
Many long
behind.
years, those goblins forced me to work on these dwarf-built mining contraptions. Honor demands their destruction. Follow that path. The minecart will take you out of these goblin caves.
Go up here. I can grab these. I think those count as climbable chains. Thanks, game. Reesh. I legit don't see how to get up there. Here, maybe? Oh, I can push this. Okay. To what end? Probably just to get up there. This doesn't connect to the main section anywhere. There's no way up in the prison? Yeah, doesn't look like it. Save real quick. This goes up and around, maybe. There are courage conveyance. Maybe in a sec. Thanks for checking. Getting that optional break their shields power is so good. Oh shit. But I saved what I did. Excuse me. Man, those guys fucked me up. Really struggle with the camera in that room. This is the right path, right, to finish the room I started in, or is this like abandoning a side quest if I go down that path there? Okay. So you go this way, you fight the orcs, and you can get back down into the gems on the top of the center of the room. Oh, I misunderstood. Getting the gems in the room is optional. Okay, yeah, so you can tell me how to get it then, because I tried to look for it and couldn't find it. Really? Here's where they showed me. Probably why they had the little pop-up. I thought it was like a, you've been in the room for a long time and you don't know what to do, so we're gonna give you a reminder. Okay, I need to make sure I put that in my future Marstead notes. Thank you. Would not have thought to try that. Yeah, I misread the, like, it's showing me the switch as being like a, it was just gonna happen after I stood in the room for a certain amount of time, and it happened to coincide with me climbing up there. Stick tactics. 3 stick attacks. Spin attack. Nice. Cool, thanks. Hello. Save again. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Good thing I saved. I really like this game's color palette. I like that they kind of went for a very stylized look for all the characters. It's aged better than a lot of games from the same era.
The minecart.
Looks like this is the way out of here.
Whoops, apparently I can save mid-combat, okay. Shit. No, stop. Okay. Gonna make it to Gollum here. One. Minecart rides are always fun. Back to where I started, okay. Shit. There's a vigor potion. Back to the start again. Although let's save since I did get that one chest. Hey Bucky, how you doing? Keep missing that first one. That's going back to the beginning, okay. Kind of a surprising change in perspective for the game, too. The idea that like green is good in terms of progress. Shit, I missed it. Is to remember is the previous switch states. If I get one right, I just have to get the next one. At least I'll be on a loop until I get the right one here. The changes in the music. Whoa. Bilbo's also really expressive in this game, I think. Probably a good stopping point. I don't know if I'll get to another save point in 3 minutes. Future Marstead, a couple things you should know. You can probably figure out most of the controls. When you do the jump attack with the sword, you will break enemy shields, which is really powerful, so make sure you do that. You just unlocked the spin attack if you hold down B with the stick, which is probably useful for large groups of small enemies. Make sure when you have the stick out, you can press left trigger A to do a long jump. The game barely ever requires you to do that, but it might. Also know that you can flip levers with rocks. And if you pause, you can go and use potions and that sort of a thing. In worst case scenario, do those. Good luck. Thanks for sharing this game. I really enjoy it. It's one of the better tie-ins, especially one of the better like 3D platformer tie-ins that I've played. It actually has some interesting ideas, and it feels very respectful of the Hobbit. So I'm excited to play more.